G'day Oldhammers, it's Brett from Solo Oldhammer Gaming, and today I just wanted to go through a little bit of background actually on you've decided to play the Emperor of editions of Oldhammer, and that's very good, and I'm very pleased that you've decided to do that and give it a go after watching all the videos and yeah, making armies and doing battle reports. So hopefully it's inspired you to actually have a crack at the 3rd edition. So you're going to need a few things. Of course, you're going to need an army, two armies, measuring device, dice, blah blah blah. But you're going to need the rule books, and the first thing you're going to need is the 3rd edition rule book. Now, this baby is action packed, full of absolutely awesome art. You can either get a hardback copy like off of eBay or something and sell a kidney, or you can get a naughty PDF. So say that very quickly. So but we all know they're available out there, so why not? Now when you first get the rule book, it does have an introductory scenario in it. It's elves and orcs and goblins, and it's the what's the name of that bloody battle? Ron's Last Stand, I think, just off the top of my head. I'll just grab my book and have a double check. Yes, it is. So yeah, Ron's Last Stand is the introductory scenario inside the the actual rule book. So it starts off like most rule books. You'll have introduction. You'll see some pictures of yesteryear through there. Some absolutely lovely gaming setups. It'll also go into basic game, like movement. Movement is very different to other editions, like if Warhammer Fantasy Battle 3rd edition is the Emperor of editions to me, then 6th, 4th and 5th are probably the King and Princes of editions. That's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek thing because I absolutely love 3rd edition. It's it's my chosen edition. So movement's a lot different in 3rd edition compared to 4th to 6th. We have an extra phase called the reserves phase, and that was basically done away with during 4th to 5th, and the March move was introduced. So yeah, still basically the same sort of phases for the turn. So it'll go through basic game, the advanced rules. Advanced rules is where you start adding characters and points values for armor and riding. The other thing to notice is that lots of armor, lots of movement deduction. I think 6th had that for barding full plate armor and shield. For the Empire, I was an Empire player, as you can tell, because there was no Norse. It had those for movement reductions for those, like for heavy cavalry, but in 3rd edition it even goes down to your basic foot troops. So but you'll read all about that. Army standards, baggage. Then the next section is magic. So magic is very different from 4th to 6th. Everyone's got basic spells that they can take a hold of, battle magic spells, so to speak, and then it goes into different realms of magic, like demonic, elemental, illusionist spells, necromantic, and a section on magic items. The Warhammer World section's really good. I really, really like that. You get a lot of background fluff for back in the day. The bestiary's next, and the artwork in there is quite good actually. I can't fault it. Some really, really good drawings and just some awesome art that can be taken from that book and enjoyed. And so after that, after the bestiary is Foreigner's Last Stand, and then you've got your templates and reference sheets in the back of the book. You also get cut out like orcs and goblins and elves, so if you don't have the miniatures available, you can still trial 3rd edition, see how it goes. You don't have to wait for a starter box with bigger bases for the old world, because it's already there. That's what they used to do in the old days. The next books you want to get your hands on is Warhammer Armies. Now there's 2. I've got a hard copy and a softback. Now the hard copy is copyrighted 1988. This one has a few points discrepancies, let's just say, and a few things that needed to be edited and fixed up. If you get the softback one that's copyrighted 1991, then most of those things are changed. Like stone throwers have been added to the orcs and goblins in the softback edition. I didn't actually notice this until I was doing the orc and goblin army review the other day for my last video on that. This book as well has some absolutely amazing art. White Dwarf 107 has the army list for the Norse. But inside the army book you will get army lists for Dark Elves, Wood Elves, High Elves, the Empire, Bretonnia, Chaos, Skaven, Orcs, Dwarves, Slan and Undead. There's also numerous mercenaries and allies lists, including Nippon, Halflings, Zotes, Old Worlders, Half-Orcs, Hobgoblins, Norse as well, Old Worlder mercenaries, which is just like Talia and all those little places like that, Astilia. So that's a cool touch. You can have like Nolan Landsknecht, Bretonnian mercenary brigands, Kislev Drizhina, Astilian Bandoleros, which is just like handgunners, gringos, Astilian Caballeros, which is like the cavalry, Talian crossbowmen, Astilian hombres, like armed with swords, and Conditori, which is like the heavy cavalry for like the old world mercenaries. Mercenary rules are a little bit different in giants as well, sorry, and ogres. A little bit different, well worth a read through. But yeah, 3rd edition can be as complicated or as easy as you like. Totally up to you. If you're going to get into it, especially if you're a Chaos player, then the next 2 things that you'll be looking at, either in original, which will cost you a kidney, or PDF, would probably be Realm of Chaos books. Now the first one to come out was Slaves to Darkness. Now this little guy, he covered Khorne and Slaanesh. It does have rules in here for Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, so like Grey Knight's army list, Black Legion army list, and also like a World Eater and Emperor's Children army lists. So these were that's more at the back of the book, but Here you'll be able to, for fantasy wise, you'll be able to create Chaos Champions and their routines. When I was a kid, it was really, really complicated, and I had no friggin' idea what I was doing, to be quite honest. It wasn't until I actually sat down and read it and reread it and matched it up with the next one and actually followed the flowchart that I got it. It took to be quite honest, it took a few years to click. Yeah, unfortunately, when God was handing out brains, I thought it was milkshakes, and I asked for a thick one. So, yeah, but don't let that stop you. It's still a good read. Even the short stories and the art is absolutely amazing. But even the short stories, like for instance here for the bloodletters on page 26, their baying chills the heart. Their baying chills the heart and spreads icy tendrils of fear through weak mortal souls, and yet worse, yet more terrible to behold, are the huntsmen of this fell pack. Following close upon the hounds, urging them ever forward, come deformed beings, running and shrieking, shrieking and running, driven by the stateless bloodlust of their kind. With twisted crimson frames they spread across the blighted land, crouched over as if the better to track the terror spore of their prey. Masters of the hunt, they seek the blood of man to offer at the foot of the skull throne, ever hungry for fresh prey, ever willing to tear the warm red flesh with their talons, and to smear the gore triumphant upon their curving horns. See what I mean? Cool. Like, the writing for this back then, just really good. But like, you create your champion, and then that's got rules in there to form his routine, or hers, hers, whatever routine. And then you can actually take these routines and put them on the tabletop for Warhammer Fantasy Battle, which is pretty cool. They've got advantages, of course, and they've also got disadvantages because they're chaos. So, but it's got two example champions in their warbands, Sapphire Red Wolf and what's the name of the Slaneshi one? Gilberian the Denied Lord. So it just goes through that and how they made them, and yeah, some examples are pretty good. The minis and the painting and the artwork is just off the planet. You don't get it like that anymore, which is a pity. But that brings us to the next one, which is Realm of Chaos, The Lost and the Damned. Now, this book followed a bit after Slaves to Darkness was copyrighted 88, and Lost and the Damned was copyrighted 1990. Now, this one can be found again on a PDF, or you can get rid of that other kidney, because you don't need two kidneys to get a original copy. Or I'm pretty sure that they did a reprint actually of the Realm of Chaos books a while back, but they were only available through at Warhammer World. So yeah, which is a pity, because when you're at the arse end of the world like Australia, like I am, it makes it hard to get stuff like that without paying exorbitant prices for someone who lives around the corner. But when this rule book came out, I absolutely loved it. Zench and Nurgle are included in this book. It goes through like campaign narratives and things like that. But when you get to the actual guts of the rule book, I wish they kept the same format for like the pictures for the armies that they did for Realm of Chaos, because Realm of Chaos, Slaves to Darkness, the way they did the army list matches up with Warhammer armies. Not so with this one. I'm not sure why they changed that. that'd be a good question to ask them, I suppose. But the yet again, the artwork is really really good. It includes army lists for Road Trader as well, so for renegades of Zinch and Nurgle. But the section that we're interested in also includes demonic legions as well that you can use in your fantasy battle games. Beastmen are also covered a lot more in this one. Same again, gives you the rules for making a champion and his routine, and then taking them into Warhammer Fantasy Battle 3rd Edition games. You can also use them for like a Realm of Chaos campaign as well. So like roll up a champion and his routine and battle it out against some mates. That might be fun to do for like a series of videos, I think. But you can really go to town with that too. Like you can model on the mutations and everything, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know how long that'd be before that happened on this channel, because I've got enough painting. So seriously. But we come to the last book, which is obviously an added extra, which is Warhammer Siege. Now, Warhammer Siege followed the same format as the Realm of Chaos books. It included rules for Warhammer 40,000 Road Trader and Fantasy Battle 3rd Edition. The first part of the book gives you all the basic rules for fighting a siege battle. It also has a scenario, which is what my next battle report will be about. It will be the defense of Karo's Lumbar. I'm actually painting pretty good with that. I've only got a few to go. I've got the halfling to do for the dwarven defenders. The dwarves are all finished. I've got the halfling to do for the defenders, and for the orcs I've got Bograk Stuntybane to do, 3 Rippers, which is the level 10 orc heroes. The goblins are all done. I think the goblins are all done. Yeah, I think the goblins are done. And I've still got to finish off the orc arrow lads, so I need 10 of those done. I've got 4 to go, so yeah, chipping away at the painting. It also includes rules for strategic map. I'm pretty sure that this can be combined with Mighty Empires, which is like a campaign system for Fantasy Battle 3rd Edition. So every 28 turns of a siege battle will equal 1 turn of Mighty Empires. So, but you can go into as much detail as you want. At the end of the day, it's your game. So, but yeah, they're the rule books. The order that I think you should get them, definitely be the rule book first, followed by the armies book, and yeah, then the 2 Realm of Chaos books, and then the Siege book would probably be the order that I'd suggest. Basically because it's, yeah, I don't know how many siege battles you're going to be fighting. It seems to be one of those things that we've always wanted to do but never gotten around to it. But luckily I am. I cannot wait, to be quite honest. But yeah, so that's just my little take on starting the Emperor of Editions, 3rd edition. Hope you guys like it. And might do some painting updates next and just show you how I'm going with it. But other than that, it's a big mountain to climb, but we'll keep climbing it. We'll keep climbing that Oldhammer mountain, get there in the end, and as long as everybody stays cool, stay Oldhammer.